machine. Hey, I make it put our hands together so that we can fight to stand together. We are friends. We are the world, make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make it. We're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are friends. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Each show will make a better day, just you and me. Don't be so this matters about me as I take my time and sing reality. In a struggle, they hustle, they muscle. Why some people that they cannot ever move? All we need is a great nation, which is fear free in our world today. All we need is to be free, freedom to enjoy our nationality. Waiting I see now, so me I use to talk them. Shy as I talk them now, so you go understand them. Chukwuemeka is my backbone forever. If you like it, make it there, just smoke marijuana. We are friends. We are the one make a brighter day, so let's start giving. The choice we make it. We're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are friends. We are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we make it. We're saving all our future. We'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are friends. We are the world, make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make it. We're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are friends. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Each show will make a better day, just you and me. See, we up in Nigeria, we be your friend. Them they carry our money in the area. Like no one know if we done trouble. All I want to let them know it's what's up. You got them it on our side. Everybody we want try go top side. And that was an Azukilishi. Them leave us for water, but up on a machine. I make it put our hands together so that we can fight to stand together. We are friends. We are the world, make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make it. We're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are friends. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Each show will make a better day, just you and me. Don't be so matters about me as I take my time and sing reality. In a struggle, they hustle, they muscle. Why some people that they cannot ever move? All we need is a great nation, which is fear free in our world today. All we need is to be free, freedom to enjoy our nationality. day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we make, preserving our life. Issue will make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are friends. We are the ones to make a better day, so let's not give up. There's a choice to make it.
I'm gonna tell you my story now, and that happened at Port Harcourt, you know. I got a city, a lovely place. Don't return to Johannesburg. I haven't got plenty money on me, but I was stranded in Port Harcourt, you know. If I happen to enter in a pop house about 20 girls around me, they say they like me, they love me, they love me, they love my beautiful voice. Please sing of a song, only song can do. Please sing of a song, only song can do. I took too many honeys and that's not what I'm looking for. I took too many lips and that's not what I'm looking for. All I want is not for plenty of money for my family. I'm not here for a pleasure trip. I'm only here for a business trip. I'm gonna tell you my story now, and that happened at Port Harcourt, you know. A garden city, I love the place. Don't try like to donate, boy. If I happen to enter in a pub house, about 20 girls around me, say they like me, they love me, they love me, they love my beautiful voice. Please sing of a song, only song can do, my love. Please sing of a song, only song can do. Too many honeys and that's not what I'm looking for. I get too many lips and that's not what I'm looking for. All I want is not for plenty of money for my family. I'm not here for a pleasure trip. I'm only here for a business trip. Sing us a song, only song can do, my love. Please sing us a song, only song can do. I get too many honeys and that's not what I'm looking for. Like it's too many lips, and there's not one time the people know I want is not for plenty of money for my family. I'm not here for a pleasure trip. I'm only here for a business free. Espero, olaga, ipiensola. Espero, olaga, ipiensola. Espero, olaga, ipiensola. It is true, Joe. You're not here for a pleasure trip, that is true. You're only here for a business trip. Please sing us a song, only song can do, my Lord. Please sing us a song, only song can do. Please help, help.
The following are some of the songs composed by late Sir F.C. Onuoha during the Nigerian Biafran War from 1967 to 1970.
Peace of peace, the grace of God. Peace of peace, peace of peace. We are dear friends. Peace of peace, we are dear friends. Peace of peace, we are dear friends. Peace of peace, peace of peace, the grace of God. Peace of peace, peace of peace, peace of peace, peace of peace, peace of peace. Be us, God of peace. We are the friends. Peace of peace. We are the friends. We are the friends. Peace of peace. Peace of peace. The grace of God. Peace of peace. Cherish the honor your gravity of God. So just by the grace of God, shall accomplish together. Together we shall accomplish. Together we shall accomplish. Together we fight for peace. Your grace is so rich, cherish. Submit and according, be so different. We shall be a friend. We shall be friend. We shall be a friend. By the grace of God, we shall be victorious. By the grace of God, we shall be victorious. Peace of peace. We are your friends. Peace of peace. We are your friends. Peace of peace. We are your friends. We are your friends. Peace of peace. Peace of peace. The grace of God. Peace of peace.
That's catcha. That's catcha. Okara kongo blocho mpulo kumwanza. Igrigo. Igbo mana dande bukwa no batai. Okay, si dande wesu bali mune. Igrigo. No kinu nganya mano lugo. Akwala ile mpucha we putobo. Para no gikwas mano lugo. Papa tu no gbe. Wani mo buso gbe kana na bilako. Atwala no mari mapoka bamara. Atwala no feko kasivanu. Fegalivanu. Fenyisi mafia. Light, because you want to danda silio, danda silio, dilulu ni kunemo, orando ko akamo, dilulu ni kunamo, orando ko akamo, ebena buba kolokolo, kolokolo,
n'ọdụ mmanya ịmala mmanya dịrị ọkwanụ gbaje n'ọdụ mpoto ọtụbụrụ ijiji ike ijiji ekwebi ilempe ilempe ọtụba n'ime ọnụ bezie oya bezie oya ijiji kere aja n'eli nsị n'ime ọnụ buru ijibe mgbe tiwe tibe n'ọmịlisi ọbịlị ọbịba walawala walala n'ọnụ eji eji achụrụ ụmụ ya kpọrọ ibe ike na-emeri anụ elu gbakọtọba n'uwe anụ ala gbakọtọba n'ihe unu nụrụ ibe enyi na-ekwuo anụ elu n'ọgwụ ọsọ anụ ala n'ọgwụ ọsọ mara pịam aje mgba na-agba osisi ajie mgbada ukwu ebe mgbada na-achị nwa mgbada buli ukwu ya kpọrọ ọkwa ebe kwesị n'elu tibe chijile eji efolefo na nke efolefo ejileji dandadanda emeriwo dandadanda emeriwo dandadanda siri ike dandadanda kara aka dandadanda wụdachi dandadanda silio dandadanda wụdachi dandadanda emeriwo okechala mkpelechala agwọ ụmụ onye ejewo klekpọ mgbe anyị na-eto ọbịa mgbe anyị nụrụ ụmụ mmụọ na-ekwe n'aka chijile ege wee ji ana m ekele mmụọ wetara egwu a ana m ekele mmụọ na-emere ibe na nke na-emere m ife ana nnukwu ga-ekele gị ezi nwaanyị ekele m ndị Igbo a sị na ọbakara ụlụ nwa na-eke n'oye na fana nkwọ enumekwa n'aka anyị na egwu anyị ekwu onwe ya onye si na ọgada anyị nwa n'elu ụwa ga-ahụlaka ihe ọma onye si na akwụkwọ anya ga-agba mma na nke a ga-ebulete ike ndị ga na-akwụkwọ si na narị ala Igbo esi ndị ga na-ekele obodo na-ekele obodo edu elu ọlụ ndị omume
live on air, on radio, on web, the Biafra Radio. Download the Biafra Radio today on Google Play Store and join the broadcast. The Biafra Radio, we preach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Live on air, on radio, on web, the Biafra Radio. Download the Biafra Radio today on Google Play Store and join the broadcast. The Biafra Radio, we preach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Good evening, great Biafrans and wonderful people. I greet you this evening. Of course, today is the 27th day of July 2023. And of course, it is late night with Barrister Onuoha. Before I continue, I need to confirm one thing. I need to make sure that I am coming out loud and clear. And that is very, very important. If I am coming out loud and clear, and I'm going to need some confirmation to that effect that I'm communicating with Biafrans. I'm just looking at my indicators. It is not flashing up the way it should. Let me bring this a bit closer. Let's see what we have here. There we go. I think we are better right now. But of course, I will need a confirmation. If my voice is not coming out the way it should, please do confirm with me, it is important that I know that. All right, to that effect, we must continue as I am waiting for confirmation as well to know if we are coming out. It is indeed a great day, a day that Chukwuka Kabiama have made. And of course, this is Biafra Radio, and we are live, we are direct. Elohim, He is presiding over what we are doing this evening. And of course, we called it the late night with Mazi Kechukwu Onoha. The time here, of course, is standing at 22:56. If I am not mistaken, that's correct. It's 23:56 in the evening. And of course, if you are in Biafra land, and you are hearing the sound of my voice, your time should be 21:56 or thereabouts. Because it is late night, and that is why it is so. And of course, we are having the last say here because it is a late night show, a show that is dedicated to Biafrans all around the world, a show that is dedicated to men of good wills all around the world. What we have come here to do is very simple. We are here to preach the gospel according to the restoration of Biafra efforts. We are still continue. And of course, there is nothing else that we are here to do except to preach the gospel. I need to get a confirmation how my voice is coming out. It is very, very important for me to get that information, to get that confirmation. And of course, I think everything is fine. And if that is the case, then we must continue. I think my microphone, I need to get it a bit closer in order for me to. There we go. I think this is more or better. And I'm sure I am coming out clean. I am coming out direct. I am coming out live. All right. My name's Barrister Ikechukwu Onoha. I hail from Omowa in Olo province of Biafra land. It's been a while, of course, I have been in the airwave, but I tell you right now, we are back, and of course, to continue to preach this gospel. It is a relentless effort, and we are not about to quit. We are not about to stop preaching this gospel, irrespective of what anybody may think or anybody may say. Like I say, the goal is very simple. The target is very simple. And of course, that is Biafra, the restoration of the kingdom of God on this planet Earth. And that is Biafra. All right, let me see what my brother George is saying. There we go. He said that I am loud and clear. And that is the only confirmation I need. And then we will proceed. All right, before we continue once again, I need to say a word of a prayer, and then we will continue unstoppable. Now, before I pray, I want to brief you and let you understand what the show is all about. The late night with Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha. Of course, what we do in this show is that we update Biafrans, because this is what it's all about, to update Biafrans, to keep them in the know, to make them understand the time that we are in. That is what it's all about. We are not here to gossip. We are not here to call out names. We are not here to say anything else but rather than Biafra, because that is why we started this journey. And that is exactly what we are going to do this night and going forward. Every evening, whenever we come on air on this late night with Mazi Kechukwu Noha, I'm going to give you newspaper updates. I'm going to give you media, of course, to make you understand, or rather aware of what is happening around you and what is happening in your surroundings. And this is why we take it upon ourselves to ensure that on this platform, Biafra Radio, is where we preach this gospel, is where we educate Biafrans, is where we ensure that Biafrans understand what time it is. It is where we ensure that Biafrans understand that the enemies are around, and we have to do whatever it is possible that we can do to ensure that the enemies did not take away this dream called Biafran from us. All right. Once again, permit me to welcome you on this spacious occasion. It is a radio, Biafra radio, and of course, it is late night with Barrister Onuoha. And of course, I hear from Omowa as I have earlier indicated. And of course, I am going to be your host this evening as always. So we are going to say a word of prayer. And of course, after we have done that, then I will take you into news analysis, and of course, we will proceed from there. Unfortunately, we might not be able to open our lines this evening, but I tell you, going further, we will ensure that we have a line that we will ensure that Biafrans can call in and, of course, say what is on your mind. We are not afraid of taking your calls. If we cannot take your calls, then what is the aim? What is the objective? Because it is Biafrans, and let me tell you, freedom of expression is alienable. It is enshrined on our constitution as a people, as the people of Biafrans. We allow Biafrans to express themselves. We allow Biafrans to say themselves. But let me make you understand one thing. Where there is freedom, there is a limitation of rights. In every constitution you see, there are freedom of expression, there are freedom of association, and the same constitution also makes provision. It also makes provision for limitations of rights. So you cannot, because you have a right and then you abuse the same right. Of course, the right is there for you to use it in a better way. All right, so let's continue because we need to rush quickly and do what we have to do this evening. As you know, it is the first time I am coming on air, and it's not going to be the last time. So we're not going to stay too long on air this evening, but we will do the needful. It is an intro to what is going to be a bumper show, because going forward, we are going to, do a lot of things in the show. We are going to integrate a lot of things. But like I said, a journey of 1,000 kilometers starts with a mile. So if you will permit me, let me say a word of prayer. Father, we thank you, we bless you, we worship you. This is the day that, oh God, have made, oh Lord. We commit this evening to your hand. As we have come, oh Lord, as Biafrans, as we have come to hear your word, as we have come to deliberate as a people, anointed as a people, selected as a people that are called by your name, the people, oh Lord, that you have chosen to inherit that land of Biafra. We call you, Father, to come and take control. And Father, we pray for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, oh Lord. We know that whatever it is that he is going through right now, it is for a moment. And we know that very soon he will join us back again, and we cannot wait. Therefore, this evening, Father, will bless you. We worship you. We commit his family, oh God, to your hand, that you bless all the families of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as well as us, because we all are family. And Father, we thank you because we know that you have heard our prayer. We give you all the praise. We give you all the honor. We say, Lord, let your name be glorified. You are Elohim. You are Chukwu Okike Abiyama. There is none like unto thee, El Shaddai. We give you all the praise. We give you all the glory. And we say, receive all the glory in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Ise, Ise, Ise.
Radio today on Google Play Store. Live on air, on radio, on web. The Biafra Radio. Download the Biafra Radio today on Google Play Store and join the broadcast. The Biafra Radio. We preach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
To welcome back. Of course, it is Biafra Radio indeed. And what we do here is very simple. We preach the truth
and nothing but the truth. That is what it is all about. Ezioku nke Chineke, and that is what we are going to be doing this evening. Therefore, permit me to welcome you once again. My name is Barrister Onuoha. I hail from Onuoha, and Onuoha is in Olo province of Biafra land. And of course, I am your host this evening, and I want to welcome you once again to this great broadcast. And I say, may Elohim continue to bless Biafrans all around the world, wherever Biafrans are, wherever they will see themselves, that Elohim will continue to gather us together until Biafra is restored.
That's catcha. Okay, I can't go block up look once. Igrigo, Igrigo, man, I done the book on the battle. Okay, I sit in the west of Valley Moon. Igrigo, but I'm not getting one. Hey, man, no, I'm a 11, put a weapon up. But I don't get what's hey, man, no, Papa to look, and Papa to look. When the mob is up with an and I feel like, well, I'm normally my pocket, my mother. No, feka sivano, feka livano, fenyisi no fia. Moonlight, iko yebo danda silio, danda silio, lulu ni kunemo, oralo ko akamo, lulu ni kunamo, oralo ko akamo.
Live on air, on radio, on web, the Biafra Radio. Download the Biafra Radio today on Google Play Store and join the broadcast. The Biafra Radio, we preach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
All right, welcome back once again. It is indeed so. It is Biafra Radio, and of course, we are live. We are direct. Elohim, he is, of course, in our midst, and he is supervising over everything we do. All right, we will continue. We will proceed. It is late night with Mazi or Barrister Onuoha. We're going to be okay. And of course, it is not a crime for us to take up this title. You must give honor to whom honor is due, and that is very correct. My name, once again, Barrister Onuoha. For those of you who know me, I hail from Omowa, and of course, Omowa is in Olo province of Biafra land. All right, let us proceed. And of course, right now, it is time for me to keep you abreast with what is happening around you. It is time for me to make you understand what it is happening around you. It's very, very important because update is part of what we are doing. And this is why we, of course, chose this show, or rather the name of the show, and we call it Late Nights. The things that have happened when you are busy hustling, of course, without knowing what was happening. We are busy, of course, taking note, gathering information, because information is key and information is power. That I can tell you for sure. All right, let's get straight to it and see what we have this evening, making headlines, of course, in your news this evening. All right, first of all, MFL lawyers have berated DSS over assault on judiciary, prison official, media. Human rights lawyers under the aegis of Lawyers in Defense of Democracy, LIDD, have berated the Director General of Department of State Security, DSS, Yusuf Bichi, over the alleged assault on judiciary, lawyers, prison officials, and media by DSS operatives in a bid to stop prison officials from carrying out their job of taking the suspended CBN governor Godwin Emefiele into custody as ordered by Federal High Court, Ikoyi, Lagos on Tuesday. All right, what is happening in that devil's enclave called Nigeria, that zoo called Nigeria, when they were busy abusing the right of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Nobody was saying anything. People were just watching while DSS was abusing the right and privileges of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as enshrined in the constitution of that country called Nigeria. Nobody said anything. People were bystanders watching. But one thing they forgot is that today it is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, tomorrow it might be somebody else. And there you have it. Today it is Emefiele, the same man who was sitting as the governor of the CBN. I remember when our leaders said that when you serve the zoo, you are going to come back disgraced. Emefiele served the zoo. He served Buhari. Buhari used Emefiele to his own joy, to his own satisfaction. Emefiele was printing money for him, printing new currency. When they said that they were changing money, I told people that this is absolutely fraud. It is bunkum. They said, no, we are changing money because we don't want fraud in the electoral system. So let us stifle the politicians out of money. I don't know how gullible and how foolish our people can be. They actually bought it. I was arguing with somebody and I said to them, the reason why Buhari is changing currency at this time in his tenure, even when his tenure is done, is because Buhari wants to stiffen a mini cash as much as possible. And not just stifle cash as much as possible, but also to settle his boys. People said, no, you don't know what you're talking about. No, they're doing that because they don't want Tinubu to steal money. This is how gullible our people are. Our people do not investigate matter. Whatever they see, they bought it at the face value. And this has been a problem even in the struggle that we are in. Our people are lame, very lame. You will see them shouting like a mad dog, headless chicken, all over, and now worrying on Facebook. But you will not sit down, sit back, and do a thorough investigation to understand why things are the way they are. Very, very important. I'll give you an example. When we say that Biafra Radio was birthed as a result of directives and instruction from Onyendo Nnamdi Kanu, people are not interested, to investigate, to know if this is true or false. What did they do? They go to my Facebook page, they go to everywhere they can find anybody, they swear at you, saboteur, onyoshi. One thing about me is that I don't waste my time on people that does not reason. I don't waste my time on people who cannot use their thinking faculty to reason. At least do a prelim investigation. If somebody say to you, this thing is red, if you are intelligent enough, if you're not a buffoon, if you're not a fool, do you know what you do? You go and investigate to find out, is this indeed red? After your investigation and you find out that this thing is red as alleged, then you keep quiet and save yourself the insult and save yourself the embarrassment. You don't just begin to shout like a mad dog because somebody said to you that something is red. We told you that Biafra Radio was ordered by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, if some people are smart enough, you will say to yourself, why would Ikechukwu Onuoha come to the social media to lie against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or to use the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in vain? You would have asked yourself, I am a learned man. I am a lawyer by profession, for goodness sake. And I understand the consequence of lying against somebody. I understand the consequence of using somebody's name when the person did not say something, when the person did not give such an instruction. I mean, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not isolated. In as much as he is incarcerated, there are people who still goes and see him. So why don't you send somebody who goes there and say, please, when you go to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, find out from him if Biafra Radio was authorized by him. Very simple. Very simple. Ga-apụta na Facebook na-akọ Eriko Onyishi, and you expect me, Ikechukwu Onuoha, to come and respond to what? To mad people. I don't do that. I respond to people who think like a human, people who use their, God-given conscience to think. So, if you have evidence to the contrary that Biafra Radio was not ordered by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you should come out and say, no, you are lying. I've done my investigation. Onyendu did not order Biafra Radio, but you did not. Rather, you decide, no, there's no need to do investigation. I've put in 1 and 2 together, and I know it was not Onyendu. But that's just a word for another day. I'll give you another example. During the time of Radio Biafra International. Some group of people came and said, no, we are opening a radio, blah, 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 blah. Onyendu gave instruction from custody. He gave instruction. He gave order. He gave a directive to say, close down Radio Biafra International. I did not order for it. I did not give any directive with regards to Radio Biafra International. It was done. All of you were here. So, we know that Onyendu, in as much as he is in custody, in as much as he is incarcerated, can still give command, can still give instruction to say, I did not authorize this. So, anomnele Onuoha na koiri condition baka. Do you have any evidence to that effect? How do you know Onyendu did not authorize this? Kokoro, but then again, like I said, one thing about me, Mazike Onuoha, is that you will never go to my Facebook site and see me arguing with people, talking back at people. As a matter of fact, my Facebook Facebook is not a page. The group, the page site, it is a typical platform for freedom of expression. You can go to my Facebook page, my Facebook, group or whatever. You can go there and insult me. You can go there and say whatever you like. It's fine, fair enough. I don't care. I don't give a damn. It is your right, because this is the same right we are fighting as Biafrans to get out of the zoo. And we cannot be seen to be undermining the right of our people. I mean, if you look at some of the developed world, somebody can walk up to a president or a prime minister in Europe, in the North America, in the Western world, and swear at the president, show him a middle finger, throw eggs. You all witness when somebody threw eggs on the prime minister of Great Britain, a whole Great Britain. They peddle eggs on him. He did not kill them, because that is true democracy. That is true freedom of expression. And that is why people think the reason why Ikechukwu Onuoha does not respond to insults or rubbish people talk on my Facebook page is because I'm scared or I'm coward. For goodness sake, it's my Facebook page. I can block you, I can delete you, but I chose not to, because we are practicing freedom of expression. And that is what Biafra is all about. Because the new Biafra we are building will be a Biafra where people will be allowed to express their freedom to the limit. You can see the president, the prime minister of Biafra on the road, and you swear at him and say to him, you're a madman. Nothing will happen to you. I'm telling you, nothing will happen to you. Because we need to show the difference between Biafra and the zoo called Nigeria. But I tell you now, what we are doing currently, even as we are fighting for the restoration of Biafra, I may make an issue maybe. Sometimes I ask myself, are we really cut out for this? Are we really meant for freedom fighting? Ndishuji. Do we really understand what it means for freedom? For freedom, freedom, for struggle, for independence, for struggle, for liberation, struggle, for self-determination. Do we really understand what it's all about as a people? No, we don't. Nani Haimao, when you see your brother, you would tell him all manner of rubbish. You would threaten him, tell him how you are going to kill him, swear at him. There is no love, there is no peace. Is this the kind of Biafra that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told us about? There is an audio I normally played. I think I'm going to look for it and I'll play where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was talking about the kind of Biafra I want. As a matter of fact, let me look for that audio. I need to look for that audio, the kind of Biafra I want, so that you can understand what your leader, the supreme leader of the struggle, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Bano, what he wants and the kind of Biafra he wants. I'm going to take a quick break, and of course, when I come back, we will continue with the news headline, and then also we will, of course, talk about this freedom, about this Biafra that Onyendu told us about. And then, of course, we need to ask ourselves, what we are doing now, is it in line with what Onyendu, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told us about? Because I believe when each and every one of us came into the struggle, there is something you heard that actually brought you into the struggle. There is something that captivated your attention. The things you heard from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It wasn't of feeble tales, of feeble stories. No, you heard something substantiative that made you say, I will fight for the restoration of Biafra. You only hear in the men now. You only hear in the men now. No freedom fighting. Trailer azụ aga. Asị m na enweghị ebe trailer ji gịnị azụ aga. Because when you look at the way things were happening, the way things were flowing, the way things were flourishing when our leader was outside, my goodness me, it looks like Biafra is coming tomorrow. It looks like Biafra is coming next week. When our leader preached on the radio, when he talked, there is this assurance, there is this assurity that this quest for the restoration of Biafra is not a waste of time. It is indeed a reality. Mana ihe unu na-eme kịta, ihe unu na-eme kịta, so na na-achọ Biafra. My goodness me, Chineke ekwela ihe ọjọọ. You go to every country, a na-alụ, a na-azụ ego, a na-azụ account, a na-azụ finance. What kind of people are we? Ebe ka esi kpọpụtacha anyị biko. I said to somebody, I think it is better we go back to buying and selling, because here we have buying and selling. This is where we travel. This is where we do excellently well. This is where we do things in a better way. Buying and selling. Freedom fighting is another level. It is another level. The time we spend in fighting each other, the time we spend in castigating one another, my goodness me, that time alone is enough to restore Biafra. The time we spent in fighting over finance. In IPOB today, everybody is a finance officer. In IPOB today, everybody is a finance officer. As a matter of fact, ndị aza na ndị 419, but as high name. Everybody wants to get hold of IPOB money. Everybody wants to get hold of IPOB finance. They want money. They're looking for money. Those are the thieves themselves. Because we have a code of conduct that guide this great organization. We have a code of conduct that was laid down by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. We have a code of conduct that the supreme leader of this great organization laid out to guide us. But what did we do? And you a code of conduct to Fuya. Whenever you talk about code of conduct, how am I going to say the code of conduct? The way they talk about code of conduct as if it is no longer part and parcel of what we do. The way they talk about code of conduct, it is a manjakere as in the code of conduct. So I don't understand. Now I'm asking myself, why would a fellow IPObian wear a code of conduct now maginjakere? Based on what? Is he saying that code of conduct is no longer welcome in IPOB? Imona wonde cheruala. Nde cheruala he ori iwu megini dewe na akụkụ. Because iwu megidere ihe ha na-eme everywhere, every country. Onye ọwụla ewere aka ya ego IPOB finance. There is no longer anything called finance officers because coordinators have taken over finance. Coordinators are now finance officer. The finance, or rather the office of finance of IPOB is no longer sacred. We have consecrated it because of our everybody's eyes is in money. Do you know that when I joined IPOB all these years, I don't even know how finance works. I don't even know how where they put the money. I don't even know. Sometimes you don't even know what is the bank account or whatever, because nobody were interested in money. Nobody were interested in IPOB money. We are more interested in evangelism. We are interested in preaching this gospel on the airwave. I started preaching on Radio Biafra since 2016. My goodness me. And you will see some idiots that just joined the struggle yesterday. And they will come and start shouting like a headless chicken. People who join with ulterior motives. But there are people who has been around in this struggle, fighting the good cause, doing whatever it takes to ensure that Biafra is restored. Many have even lost their lives in the quest for the restoration of Biafra. People came in with ulterior motives because they heard that Lozikwa finance IPOB was Kwebano. You go to some country, almost 20 accounts. Some country which has almost account to Kazinko. I say welfare account. Even the South Africa buy na welfare account, when account to get what account to get. My goodness me. Ogene, what is happening? Ogene, what is happening? Is this the Biafra that we want? Is this the Biafra that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preached about? The reason why Biafra Radio, and if you look at the slogan, we said the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. My goodness me. In case you're not hearing what I'm saying, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. There is no ulterior motive of opening Biafra Radio. Onyendu is wise. He knows things that we don't know. There is a reason for Biafra Radio. And I tell you, that reason, Gaputi here, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, you will hear from the horse's mouth the reason for Biafra Radio. If I were you, I will keep my mouth shut and wait for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out to tell us the mystery behind Biafra Radio. Most of you don't know the mystery behind Biafra Radio. Most of you think that, let me tell you one thing. If I, Mazi Onuoha, maybe I want to make money, there is no reason for me to come and attach myself to Biafra Radio and still say that I'm under Onyendu. If it is all about making money, if it is all about deceiving people, if it is all about collecting money, there is no need. Biafra Radio won't be the right platform for me. Why am I saying this? Because how can you make money on something Onyendu instructed you to do? How can you make money on something that Onyendu had a reason to institute? You cannot. It's not possible. I am here because I am a product of this noble family IPOB. I am here because Onyendu said so. Because whatever Onyendu says goes. I'm always available to listen to the instruction to the commander-in-chief of this great noble family, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am loyal to the last for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't shift. And I don't give a damn what you say or what you think. What matters is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says. What matters is Biafrans. What matters is the restoration of the kingdom of God on this planet they call Earth. My goodness me. And my bazikwa more. But before I get carried away, we have things to do. And of course, we will be wrapping up soon. It is late night with Mazi Onuoha. Angona ngwo. Asenga akiri sekudia. Angona ngwo or angona ngwo nkwo na abia. Whichever way. All I'm trying to say is, let me tell you one thing. When you are blessed with a gift to work for your people, obviously there will be a lot of people with jealousy. We all know about Igbos, Igbo Biafrans, and the cardinal 4 disease of an Igbo man, which Onyendu taught us: jealousy, greed, envy, and what cause. I will remember it. This is who we are. But we are not deterred by all these things. We are not deterred at all. I am not going to quit because some people are saying whatever or what have you. I did not start this today. We didn't start this today. 2016, I was on air. For those of you who don't know, 2016, I was on air. This Mazi George you see here also was on air too. We did not start today. So if you think that maybe we have suffered, we have paid the price. We've been doing it. I'm talking about the time I run Radio Biafra. I run Radio Biafra here in South Africa for years with my own money. If you think that, some people who came yesterday, hey, Onuoha is receiving salary. I look at them, I laugh, I smile. But like I said, freedom of expression is allowed in what we are doing. Come on, about call mile. This is my opening statement, if you may call it that, because I really need to say some. I need to say some because it has been a long time I've not hit the airwave. And you are going to hear more from Mazi Onuoha. You are going to hear more. And I can tell you, take your envy, take your jealousy, just shove it somewhere and listen to me. Trust me, it is not about you. It is not about me. When it comes to Biafra, I am nobody. Trust me. Biafra is bigger than all of us. Biafra is bigger than all of us. What we are doing, we are like volunteer army. We are like volunteer army, because when Biafra is restored, don't be surprised that most of us might not even get any position in Biafra. It might be people who did not even fight for the struggle. I'm telling you this. So don't fight for the restoration of Biafra because you think when Biafra comes, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. There's no such. We are just volunteer. There are people who are elected. There are people who are predestined to do this. And we are that people who are predestined. And I'm not going to be moved. I'm not going to be shifted just because somebody said something. It is normal. It is natural. It is the law of nature for people to say something. And you are going to allow them to say it because it is their rights. It is their freedom. People will talk. Trust me when I tell you. And if you're not ready to take criticism, if you're not ready to take insult, then you are not called out for freedom fighting. I'm not gonna, because somebody said something against me or swore at me or called me names, then I will back up from this struggle. No, it is not gonna happen. And of course, we must continue. I tell you, it is Biafra Radio, and of course, Elohim is presiding over what we are doing. What we are saying, it is not abnormal. It is normal. What we are doing, Elohim, who called us for this job. Do you know when I know that I am called to do this job? It was while I was in Israel. And when Onyendu came to Israel, so we were supposed to go to Jerusalem. So I was supposed to meet Onyendu, Castro Nkume, and Austin Ibezim. So as I was coming to Onyendu, I was approaching. Onyendu was looking at me. You can imagine you coming to Onyendu from a distance and he's looking at you, his eyes fixed on you. I was losing my steps. I was intimidated because you cannot withstand the looks of Onyendu. He was looking at me. As soon as I got closer to Onyendu, and now what I'm telling you now, you can, what do you call? You can speak to Castro Nkume. He's in Israel. He's still there. They will tell you, Austin Ibezim. Onyendu screamed on his voice. My God, you know what Onyendu said? He called my name 2 times. He said, Ikechukwu Onuoha, Ikechukwu Onuoha. I got scared. I'm like, why is Onyendu shouting my name? It was on the street. Ikechukwu Onuoha, Ikechukwu Onuoha. You are a born broadcaster. I swear on my father's grave, this is what Onyendu said to me. Ikechukwu Onuoha, Ikechukwu Onuoha. You are a born broadcaster. What more confirmation do I need from anybody? If the man himself, the supreme leader of this noble struggle, has confirmed my calling, I don't need any confirmation from anybody. All I need is to do that which is right. All I need to do that which will ensure that Biafra is restored. They call me Onuoha. So if you allow me, I will talk from now till tomorrow because it is in my blood, it is in my DNA, it is a gift, and a gift from Elohim Chukwu Okikabiama. I will take a quick break. It is late night with Mazi Chukwu Onuoha. Trust me, Odibe Hunu. Ndembi says Adibe Hunu Gala Pokeshi, a cake I won't be do. Gihodi ha hega de baba. That is Mbise for you. And what be hunu. This is just the beginning, because kaisi kwado nkipa azwa. Asim kaisi kwado nkipa azwa. One kaisi kwado nkipa azwa. We have come to restore Biafra. We have come to restore everything that has been lost. We have come to correct every mistake that has been made. Kaisi kwado nkipa azwa. One I have a heavy corner. On Biafra Radio, we don't gossip. Are you listening? On Biafra Radio, we don't gossip. We worship Elohim. Because this is where we worship. And our job is not ambiguous. Our job is very simple. And what is our job? To restore the kingdom of God on this planet Earth. Our leader is in custody. Our leader is incarcerated. But there has to be men who will hold on until he comes out. There will be men that will ensure that this effort did not go in vain. There has to be men that will hold on to ensure that this noble effort did not wash down the drain. And we are that man. When people talk about the chosen ones, when people talk about the 100 men, the question is, how do you identify 100 men? 100 men is not coming to social media every day and you begin to run your mouth. 100 men is not coming to social media and looking for whom to attack. 100 men is not looking for your fellow brother, what evil you can do to him. That is not 100 men. It will amaze you. It will surprise you. The qualities and the makeup of this 100 men. They are dynamic. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu knows them. I have decided to restore Biafra. And this is exactly what I'm doing. And I will continue to do it. No matter my qualifications, no matter whatever level I might find myself in this life, our people matters. Biafra matters. Because this is who we are. This is who I am. I am a Biafran. And that is what I am going to be all the rest of my life. And whatever input we make today, we will be remembered of that. Let me take a quick break. We will be back just after this. Don't go away.
Live on air, on radio, on web, the Biafra Radio. Download the Biafra Radio today on Google Play Store and join the broadcast. The Biafra Radio, we preach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Live on air, on radio, on web, the Biafra Radio. Download the Biafra Radio today on Google Play Store and join the broadcast. The Biafra Radio, we preach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
onye nzuzu bụ nwanne gị ga-echebe ahụ. Onye iberibe bụ nwanne gị ga-echebe ahụ. Onye nzuzu bụ nwanne gị ga-echebe ahụ. Onye iberibe bụ nwanne gị ga-echebe ahụ. Onye nzuzu bụ nwanne gị ga-echebe ahụ. Onye iberibe bụ nwanne gị ga-echebe ahụ. Nwanne ya nọ n'ime ọbịa ebe ọ na-abụ mgbọrọgwụ o ji agwọ ya. Emeka Igwe wesobe nwanne ya wewere ma gbuo nwanne ya n'isi o buru isi ya were ọbara ya wee walụ wee jezi agha wee meri agha wee zaba ọchịagha. Na Emeka Igwe anya lụzọrị n'osusu bụ isi ya dị ike nwanne na osusu bụ isi achọba nwanne ya bụ dike nọgụ nọ ya ruo nọgụ ezi ama chọọ dike ka ọ bịa o ama chọọ dike ka ọ bịa. Emeka Igwe wee zaba ọchịagha obodo na-ebanye kachụ o wee lụzie n'ọgụ ụbọchị ọsịba n'ala n'ụla okwuke nwa Emeka Igwe okwuke mgbochi aka wee ya abalụ ibe mkpatụ wee bido nna. Emeka Igwe wee gbanyọrịwa wee chọba igo ga-eme mgbe o ji kụta enyemaka ọbụna nwa nwana ebuka onye na-eme dịrịnya maka imeta mma gị na-eme ya na maka imeta nje na gị na njọ yi ibe dị mma gbaruo na-eche onye mere ya kedụ njọ gbaruo na na-eche onye mere ya onye mefere ogonelu ochi ya. Onye nzuzu bụ nwanne yi ka ịchịba hụ onye iberibe bụ nwanne yi ka ibulu eze. Onye nzuzu bụ nwanne yi ka ịchịba hụ onye iberibe bụ nwanne yi ka ịchịba hụ. Onye nzuzu bụ nwanne yi ka ịchịba hụ onye iberibe bụ nwanne yi ka ịchịba hụ. Onye nzuzu bụ nwanne yi ka ịchịba hụ onye iberibe bụ nwanne gị ka ịchịba hụ. Onye nzuzu bụ nwanne yi ka ịchịba hụ onye iberibe bụ nwanne yi ka ịchịba hụ. Onye nzuzu bụ nwanne yi ka ịchịba hụ onye iberibe bụ nwanne gị ka ịchịba hụ. Ọ bụ na nwanne m nne ya na nwa m ga-adị ọ na-abụgo na nwanne dị mma nwanne dị ife nwanne mara nwanne ya nwanne dị mma ezi nwanne amaka akụkọ nwanne mara nwanne ya nwanne dị ife nwanne dị ụsọ. Onye nzuzu bụ
All right, welcome back once again. It is late night with Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha. And of course, it is in Biafra Radio that you are hearing the sound of my voice this evening. Of course, we are fighting for something that is noble. We are fighting for something that is us. We call it a late night because what we do here is to bring you updates of news and information of what is happening around you. And of course, we talk because it is late night. We have the last say. We will tell you things that are nothing but the truth because that is what Biafra Radio is all about. All right, we are talking about Emefiele. Not it's not a topic, but of course it is part of our news this evening. You all know what happened in court. Apparently, I think he was given a bail, or there was a directive from the courts to the warders to take him to the prison. But of course, DSS, the lawbreakers, Ndenadiwu, people who have no respect for the rule of law, when they were busy harassing Mazen Namdekano, when they were busy doing all the abominable things on our leader Mazen Namdekano, nobody said a thing. People kept quiet. They looked the other way. But today, it is happening to another person. Today, it is happening to Emefiele, and yet people are looking the other way. Let me tell you one thing. There is a saying, or if I may, a proverb in where I come from, and of course, the whole of Igbo land, that says, Agadi nwoke nọ n'ụlọ ya, a na-egwu ala n'isi windo ya agba nkịtị. Ajụjụ a na-ajụ egwucha ala ahụ amarala onye a ga-ahanye n'ime ya. Egwucha ala ahụ amarala onye a ga-eme gịnị, a ga-ahanye n'ime ala ahụ. That is why a na-egwu ala n'isi window gị. You need to ask a question. Onye na-eme ihe ahụ, because it might be you tomorrow. And this is why when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, even up to today, the incarceration, the torture, the humiliation, the assault on the person of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that is ongoing, nobody is saying anything. But suddenly, some people are beginning to wake up. Some people are beginning to talk about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because they can no longer keep quiet. They can no longer keep quiet while this evil is happening. I'm going to play you an audio, and I want you to listen very carefully. And this audio, of course, is part of the debate in the House of Assembly that happened, of course, this week. And what do you know? The senators of Biafra Extract are now calling for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because they know that without Mazen Nnamdi Kanu being released, and it will continue to be like that. And I like what this man said, and I'm going to play his audio. And of course, it is his responsibility. He is a senator, and he is representing, of course, the people of eastern part of that country, and he need to speak the mind of the people. And what is the mind of the people? Free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It's as simple as that. Okay, let's listen to a senator and know what he has to say.
It is my belief that if Nnamdi Kanu is released today, all this problem of sit at home will stop. That is why we are calling for political solution on the matter.
Did you hear? If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released today, all this problem of sit at home will stop. As if they don't know all this while. As if they don't know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's name has been institutionalized in Biafra land. There is nothing that happens, there is nothing that goes without Mazen Nnamdi Kanu giving the order. Because when you look at Biafra land today, who exactly are you going to listen to? Men who have dated, soiled their garments, that people cannot even listen to them. The so-called elders who have messed themselves up big time. Are there any people you are going to listen to? Let's listen to him again.
Believe that if Nnamdi Kanu is released today, all this problem of sit at home will stop. That is why we are calling for political solution on the matter. We are aware that the matter is in court. But even if it is in court, can't we have a political solution to the matter? That is essentially what we're talking about. So even when the Senate stepped down that prayer number 3, it does not mean that the Senate is not going to deal with political solution on the matter. The Southeast have done exceedingly very well in tackling this menace. But you are dealing with human beings. If you force human beings not to come out, not to come out on a day that they sit at home, and they refuse to, what are you going to do? Because they're afraid that if they come out, they might be killed, or that their shop might be burnt, their businesses might be destroyed. But for the governors of the Southeast, they have done a lot. I can tell you that. The governors of the Southeast, all of them have done a lot. Imo, Abia, Enugu, Anambra, Adeboye. They have sacrificed, they have spent so much money to ensure that this happens, that people will no longer be observing the sit at home. So but what we are saying today is that the federal government, particularly the service chiefs that have just been confirmed by the Senate, should work in synergy with the governors of Southeast to ensure that this exercise of sit.
Oh my goodness me. Let me tell you something, and I keep saying this. I had an argument with somebody who said that I said to him that it's not because the Yoruba people, you know, um, love themselves more than our people or what have you. But the difference between the Yoruba and our people is very simple. I'm going to explain that to you. The difference between our people and the Yoruba, you see, when the Yorubas comes on the national platform, they unite, they form synergy. Are you listening to me? And I'm going to repeat this again. The difference between our people and the Yoruba race is that, you see, we can love each other individually. You choose who you love, who you hate, you disgrace him, who you hate, you climb to the highest mountain and insult him and let the whole world know how much you hate the person. But this is what the Yorubas they do. When they come on a national platform, they portray a unity, they portray synergy, they portray oneness. Even though they might go back home and start killing each other. But what is important is that unity that they portray, whether it's fake, whether it's reality, or whether it's not important. The bottom line is, this is how the people see them. This is how the people perceive them. But we Biafrans, united in the public eyes, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And this is why our enemies, because we don't know what is unity. Because we don't know what is to form a united force, a united front in the eyes of our enemies. We don't. And then you expect somebody to love you, you expect somebody to respect you as a race, as a people. It's not possible. It's not going to happen. And this is why I said an Igbo man will never rule Nigeria. It's not going to happen. Never. It is done, dusted. Because what we are very good at is backbiting. We know how to sell our own. We know how to collect whatever it is that is available. And we are easily deceived. And yet we claim that we are the most intelligent. But of course, definitely, no, we are not. Only now ka ndị anyị kpọpụrụ sị ha gaa Senate mana a ga-ekwu maka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. It has only been one man who has been speaking about the release of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, and I'm talking about no other person than Abaribe all these years. The likes of Ojuzo Carlo and the rest, all they talk and think about is presidency, Igbo presidency. Awụọla ha n'ala. Awụrụ ha n'ala. War ha n'ala without recognition. Now they realize that Maazị Nnamdi Kanu need to be released. Because when Maazị Nnamdi Kanu was going through all this ordeal, when he was going through all this incarceration, all this insult, all this humiliation, abuse of his fundamental human rights, nobody saw it fit to talk about it. Today, it is happening to Emefiele. One after the other. One after the other. Because tomorrow is going to be your turn. And nobody is going to come to your aid. And this is why this evening, most of the news I have here is all about Emefiele. Now they realize suddenly that DSS is disobeying court orders. This is something that has been happening all this. They used Maazị Nnamdi Kanu as a case study, and nobody said anything. And today you want to tell me that they are going to stop? Hell no, they are not going to stop. They will continue until each and every Igbo so-called Igbo elder, so-called leaders will find themselves in jail. And then you give bail in a second arrest. So, Emefiele, DSS should obey court orders. Falana is also talking about Emefiele. Everybody is talking about Emefiele, but I can tell you this: DSS will never listen. Because they never listen. They never obey court orders. They never obey court orders because many court judgment in favor of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB has been ignored and trampled upon by Buhari's administration and the so-called DSS. And nobody said a thing. All right. And of course, we all know that DSS has finally posed the pressure. And of course, they have allowed Onyendu to go for his medical treatment, which is very, very important. And let me just read a part of it. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has begun the first round of his independent medicals. This was as he expressed hope for the next round of medicals. This was disclosed by his special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, after his routine visits to Kanu at the facility of the Department of State Security, DSS. Ejimako said Kanu was upbeat despite his ongoing travails over the past few months. Kanu's lawyer have been agitating for the independent medical attention for the IPOB leader. At one point, Kanu's legal team accused the DSS of preventing independent doctors from attending to the IPOB leaders. However, Ejimako tweeted Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, despite all travails, he remains upbeat and his best wishes for the faithfuls abide. So that's a good news. And of course, we need our leader to be healthy. We need him, of course, to gather all his strength, because there is still work ahead for Onyendu Mazen Amdekano. Now, I want to I want to read this one, and this one will really, really get you. And I want you to listen and pay close attention. This is, you all know Obi Ezekwesili. Now, listen to this. You must apologize to Nigerians. Obi Ezekwesili. There's DSS. Former Minister of Education Obi Ezekwesili has called on the Department of State Service DSS to apologize to Nigerians over the case of Godwin Emefiele, suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN). Ezekwesili said DSS took Nigerians for a ride over the charges leveled against Emefiele. She wondered why the secret police would charge Emefiele for illegal possessions of firearms. Tweeting, the former minister said, despite the damages of the monetary policies, DSS only charged Emefiele for illegal possessions of firearm. According to Ezekwesili, DSS must immediately apologize to Nigerians for daring to take citizens for a ride on the Emefiele court case. Imagine. So after all, now I want you to listen to this. Ezekwesili said, so after all the monetary policy damage his boss at Muhammad Buhari and the former CBN committed against Nigerians' economy and people, it is for illegal possession of firearm state security charge him to court. Nonsense. Now listen to this. This is, I don't know, she's a Biafran, okay? And the fellow Biafran has been, arraigned in courts. All she can say is that why are they charging Emefiele for only gun, for only firearm? That they're supposed to charge her for, the monetary policy that he messed up with Buhari. Do you hear that? Would you ever hear a Yoruba person come out and speak like that against his brother that is being incarcerated? Will you ever hear a Fulani person come out and speak against his own flesh and blood that is incarcerated? Only Biafrans. Only Biafrans. Unbelievable. We continue. Southeast loses 7.6 trillion productivity investment to agitation in 2 years. And a trillion. That's what they have lost in agitation. And I'm saying to them, this is just the beginning. You have not seen nothing. Mazen Namdekano has to be released. And that is the whole crux of the matter. And as long as Onyendu Mazen Namdekano is not released, you are going to lose. All then when he carry trillion, if there are things that are more than trillion, that is what you're going to lose. All right. And of course, I'm going to close with this one. And this is yet another very funny. And why do I keep saying funny? Amaghị m menwere ihe ọrụ onye ndu ya sị na ya mama nwere ihe a na-agbanye na mmiri dị na side be anyị ṅụcha ya na-asụkwu asụkwu. Listen to this. Ohaneze to President Tinubu, deploy more soldiers to Southeast. My goodness me. These are the people, the so-called custodian of the Igbo culture, as they are called, Ohaneze Igbo. They are begging Tinubu to bring more soldiers. More na population carry na Southeast. He said, Ohaneze to President Tinubu, deploy more soldiers to Southeast. Unbelievable. The Ohaneze Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to deploy more soldiers to the Southeast region, stressing that Finland-based agitator Simon Ekpa has declared a second Biafra war. According to Ohaneze, President Tinubu should help the region by deploying soldiers to every corner of the Southeast. Now, my question is this. You are fighting the man in Finland. Instead of you asking Tinubu to send soldiers to Finland, you're asking him to bring soldiers to our own land. to come and kill our youth. Do you see how deranged? Do you see how messed up these people are? And they call themselves Ohaneze Yushi Nandiama. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Isi Guzoro said, we are telling Tinubu that the second Biafra war has begun. And he should deploy soldiers to all the nooks and crannies of the Southeast. The Southeast governors need help, and Ohaneze is asking the Southeast governors to defend themselves from external enemies. Unbelievable. Now, this is the people you call your leaders. This is the reason why there will never be an Igbo presidency ever again. This is the reason why the Fulanis and the other extract of the so-called Nigeria will continue to abuse, subjugate, victimize, and marginalize the people of the Southeast, because the people who are supposed to protect them, the people who claim to be their leaders, are calling for Tinubu to send more soldiers to come and burn houses, maim the youth, kill our people. Chineke mere anyị ebere. Chineke mere anyị ebere. And for me, my prayer is that ka Chineke nna m amara onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu to come out as soon as possible, because ihe mebiwo.
It must stop. It must stop.
Ihe mebiwo. Manulo manam.
Because
Ihe mebiwo. All right, we're beginning to round up, of course, this program. It has been an intro to what is to come. It has been an intro to something, a quantum, a magnitude, earthquake. I'm telling you, you have not seen anything, because we are just warming up. It is late night with Mazi Ikechukwu Onuoha, and of course here on Biafra Radio. And I'm going to do something. I want to entertain you, and I want to take you back. You know what they call old school? I want to take you back to some sound, and of course that will trigger your fantasy. Then after that, and I will be back.
Live on radio, on web, the Biafra Radio. Download the Biafra Radio today on Google Play Store and join the broadcast. The Biafra Radio, we preach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
We'll see you again